lot of support for you tonight, which is nice. I think, in fact, both players have got great support here. Let's just briefly look at your first game in the Premier League. 3-0 up, finished 3-0. Were you disappointed about that?
In the end, yeah. Looking back at it, obviously 3-0 up, I was cruising, and then I had a chance, and I missed a red in the middle, and the whole sort of tide turned then, really. Sean's a good player, he is, sort of got going, and he pulled out a sort of 3-3 draw.
There are no easy games, obviously, in the Premier League. You look at Ding, hasn't won the Premier League title yet, got to the final last year, has won 2 UKs as well, yet to win the world title, but everyone in snooker knows that's just a matter of time. In your opinion, how good a player is he? Because I think that you turned pro in 95, so you've been around the block, shall we say, in a kind way. But from all the players you've played, how good a player do you think he is?
Yeah, he's obviously very strong. He's maybe probably in the top 4 or 5 in the world, and obviously it's sort of a lot of pressure on his shoulders coming obviously from China. He obviously struggles in China, but he's up there with the best.
And I think I might be saying you're here obviously because you won the Australian Open last year, beat Ding on the way. So you up for it tonight?
Definitely. Sort of great crowd, sort of packed out, and I just can't wait to play.
Let's start now. Good luck. Stuart Bingham, everyone. Thanks, Stuart. Yeah, put your reminder, you can tweet me a question. I will ask the winner that question after the first game. Just send your tweet to @SkySnooker. Let's join our boys in the box. Neil Fulton first up, Clive Everton.
It's world number 10, Stuart Bingham, versus world number 11, Ding Junhui.
Thank you. The first frame.
Give or take a place or two. I don't think world rankings are perhaps quite as significant as they used to be because they change after each tournament. And I think players these days tend to think that as long as they're in the top 16, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. I think they're more accurate now, though. For that reason, they change after every tournament, whereas it used to be once a year after the World Championships. And of course, an out-of-form player might hold a ranking for a long time that maybe he wasn't playing up to, or better players were ranked too low. And these are the best players in the world. That was a very difficult opener. This isn't difficult though for Ding. What a start. How do you like these to start a break? Black goes everywhere, red's spread.
Thanks. 1.
In the middle of last week, Ding Junhui lost 4-0 in the final of an Asian Players Tour Championship event to Stephen Lee. These days, of course,
8.
the players are playing in something or other every week, if they choose to.
9.
Yeah, I think Stuart made the point that Ding doesn't really play his best in China nowadays. There's 5 ranking tournaments a year over there, and rarely do we see him play at his best in the major ones. Of course, that PTC event was a good performance to get all the way through in, but he finds it hard, and he says the pressure's on him playing at home.
16.
But there's so many tournaments he could do with getting over that problem. Sure, there is pressure on him,
17.
but you know, people like Jimmy White have had to put up with all kinds of support worldwide over the years, adoring fans and all that. One thing you know about him, he's a tremendous scorer. Very good at breaking the reds. This time it's not worked out perfectly.
24.
They weren't that well placed actually. Maybe something pops to one of the bottom pockets here. If he's taking that one to the green pocket top right, that's not an easy angle. He's definitely playing it. Might be screwing the cue ball round of 2 cushions here. They've missed the pot, unfortunately. Worth the risk.
24.
He may have left something to the left middle though. Making the point. Start of the show that these two are both really fluent players. Stuart's always been a player that gets on with the game, attractive to watch him play.
8.
Bingham loves to travel, loves to compete, but he did tell me backstage that he has a bit of trouble with jet lag.
9.
Recently back from China, and he said he was wide awake at 4 o'clock this morning. Still hasn't got the old body clock on the right pattern.
Oh, he's certainly not frightened to travel around though, jet lag or not, because he is, well, the stereotypical will play anywhere. FQ will travel all around the world. He'd go to play snooker. He absolutely loves the game. There are players like that. Mark Selby's another one, loves to play in all the tournaments. Sean Murphy. Some players are fairly reluctant on occasions, but he just loves playing. Overhit that, played for the blue to go into the bunch of reds, but that's, well, it's a bit thin, that shot. He might still have it, but it's more of a missable shot though from that angle. Played it very nicely indeed. Deserves to be on one.
21.
Well, he's not on the one that he'd like to play, to the left corner. He's on the one below it.
22.
I think this is the kind of match we can expect these two playing shots from the start, giving chances away but scoring.
$29. 30.
Just picking up the pace of the table. He's top side this time.
35. 36.
No, he's not played that one perfectly. The stun run through. Maybe just got a little bit low on the cue ball. He didn't come through far enough. He's on the black, but he didn't want to be playing it with the rest.
Good recovery.
43. 44.
Now, it's not too bad if he finishes just straight on this red. He hasn't got an angle on the blue, but he'll just be looking to screw back just a couple of inches here. That's it. And stun it in on the pink, keeping the game simple, making the pot easier.
49.
He nearly missed one of these early on in the break. Went into the right-hand side of the pocket, the last one.
50.
Screwed that stun run through onto the black. Closing in on winning the first frame here. I've seen these swallowed up along the cushion in
57.
previous weeks of the Premier League. If he plays it slowly, he should be okay.
58.
Ding played the red up into the top right pocket, thinking maybe it was a shot to nothing, but there was a red potable, and this is the upshot.
65.
Ding's had a lot of sitting down time to think about what he did.
Bingham needs just this red and a colour to secure the opening frame.
$66.
Yeah, really good start, as he did in the match with Sean Murphy. Yeah, it's a nice big surprise that he didn't actually win that. 3-0 up and a long way in front in the fourth frame. And he started off tremendously well here again.
71. 72.
Well, I think the green is the natural up in behind the red, a right-handed red down the cushion. Well, he's overscrewed it by a long way. Can't believe he's finished there.
Very responsive cloth. I think that's probably why he overdid it.
Stuart Bingham 75 in the front.
But with that break of 75, Stuart Bingham leads things on Wee by a frame to nil.
Thank you. A second frame. Stuart Bingham to break.
A very confident start from Stuart. His one chance that he got was all he wanted there, to take the frame comfortably. Given notice there of what he's playing like. Oh dear, oh dear. That was a strange one, because I don't think he played the pot. If he had played the pot, played it thinner, one thing the cue ball wouldn't have done would have been to go anywhere near the pack. So neither one shot or the other there. Got away with it though. Very dangerous shot that Ding had played.
Bingham chose a safety, which was when he developed the black from the two reds, but he's sent it from one safe position to another.
This looks a difficult one, Clive. Could be a time extension job, this. Running low on seconds. And what shot is the one he's going to play? Wow. Deciding that he's got enough time to play it, but he's got to be careful. No easy route back to bolt here. And he passed all the reds, but the blue's another obstacle in the way.
Didn't intend to cannon the second red.
You wonder how confident he is. This was the shot. Tried to miss that red, as Clive pointed out. Don't see him taking on a pot here. I think he'll play off the yellow for safety. Maybe the brown, but whatever he's playing, it will be over on that same place in the table that he got Ding last time. Not played it all that well. Well, both players have looked at a couple of reds, see if there's a plant on, but there isn't one because another red is in the way. So it would be very handy if there was something like that combination of some kind on right now, because every safety shot looks to be awkward. There you see two reds there, not quite lined up. Well, that shot was as much about the cue ball as anything else.
Well, he was reckoning that if he didn't pot the red, he was going to be very unlucky to leave it.
It's an awkward safety shot, whichever way you look at it. The way the pack are, they're all out in the open. He's probably going to have to play thin off that red. It's a sliver of the red he wants to hit. Can't take a risk and hit it too thick like that.
Foul.
That was the problem. It wasn't easy,
or
as easy as it seemed. That safety shot, had to catch it really thin. I think Ding is trying to play a little shot to nothing. We should take the cue ball up the table whether the red goes in or not.
Didn't threaten the pocket, didn't get the cue ball back to baulk as he intended.
A little bit of scrappy safety at the moment. The last two shots Bingham has played have not been very good. In the jaws of the middle pocket there. Well, this looks like trouble to me. Yeah, I suspect this is going to take a bit of working out. Doesn't seem to be a plant available. Might be looking at an extension here to try and give himself more thinking time.
Time extension.
Each player is entitled to claim 2 time extensions of 25 seconds in each frame.
Yeah, this is horrible. It's the old expression, there's only one shot here. I don't know what it is. It's one of those. And he can use another extension, but that means he's vulnerable at the end of a frame. He's used them both now on this one shot. Hope he knows that later on he can't use another one in this frame anyway. I think that he should have thought of a shot before then, if he could, to save one for later.
Left the cue ball down in the left-hand corner, knowing that he was going to leave a potable red, but the cue ball would be cannoning into other reds by the look of it. Not worth attempting the pot.
No, but it'd be interesting if Ding could get Stewart into a lot of trouble again. He'd have to play without any extensions. Have to think very quickly. That was not bad for the blue. Not bad at all. Angle takes him down towards the reds.
Six. 7. Thirteen. 40.
It won't be straightforward to win the frame on the blue and pink without the black available, but it is possible.
Holding the pink spot so that he could get rid of this red.
Oh, agonising wait to see whether he can get to this or not. I think he can only just do it. He's a bit lucky there. Another millimetre, I think he'd have been behind the red. But it's a complicated break.
27. 28.
This is the last of the easy reds coming up when this pink is potted.
By choosing the right reds,
34.
Bingham has made the pink potable to both corners and both middles.
35.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't play on the pink in the middle there. The kind of angle he's got on the pink now is taking him away from the reds. So this is a risky shot that he's trying. This has got to go in. Tremendous shot. I think that was almost one of them instances where he knew he didn't have much time to think about that shot. Not quite sure how it dropped though.
Yes, it was well onto the jaw. But a new cloth, and they do slide in
41.
more if there's a new cloth rather than one that's been worn in a bit.
Oh, this is a bit weak in pace there, but there is a red to the middle. Those two reds that he's closest to have been there all the way through and they're a bit of a nuisance. I wonder if one of them can be potted with the right hand side from there. The fact that he's right behind this helps him. He didn't have a clue where the cue was going to finish there. And that's what happens when you lose control. You hit the wrong red first. That was the problem with the shot. Hit the other red first and the cue went haywire.
Yellow ball. Foul and a miss.
It will be called a miss.
Bingham 47.
Referee
Bingham
tonight,
4.
Brendan Moore, who's making his Premier League debut. One of the Sky cameras.
Yes, that's because Paul Collier, the regular referee, is refereeing a Players Tour Championship tournament in Gdynia, Poland, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday.
It's a good shot. The reason I say that is because it's one of those snookers where you can give away 16 points or more, 20 points. Trying to hit that yellow, sliding past it, was always very possible.
Much more emphasis on the safety than the pot, but that's not safe.
One.
Well, I know that Ding Junhui was favourite for this match. Anyone that's shovelled their money on him might be a bit concerned now because it looks like he's going to go a couple of frames down here. He's going to have to win all the 4 frames remaining to win this match, which is not going to be easy.
Five.
So 50 points in it once the blue is potted. Red in any colour, and it is 2-0. Be the red with the rest now instead of the one that he played on. This is very good stuff from Stuart.
11. $17. $8.
Well past the winning post now. .75 break gave Bingham the opening frame.
24.
He went into the lead with one of 47 in this.
25. $31. Stuart Bingham, 31 and a break.
Only 23 minutes play has been required for Stuart Bingham to lead Ding Junhui by...
Third frame. Ding Junhui to break.
There's not as much table time, Ding. He got in first with a great chance, didn't make all that many off it. Since then, it's been something of a struggle. Just had to watch Stuart Bingham, who looks in very fluent form to me. I thought he was going to make a breakthrough many years ago, Stuart. year 2000 when he beat Stephen Hendry, who was defending world champion. It's taken him a while.
A thin safety return to balk was the idea there, but he missed his intended red altogether.
Yeah, that's the only part of his game tonight that hasn't been very good. He's missed a few safety shots.
Tom.
Well, I said in the first frame this is how he likes them, but the break ended at 24. And
8.
this is another good chance. Looked sharp when I watched him practice earlier, but again, I guess they all look like that now, don't they? Hit the ball beautifully and don't miss when they're practicing.
He plays that shot especially well. Blue
14.
into the bunch and a full ball cannon on the pink. Cue ball hardly moved on impact with the pink.
Yeah, excellent shot, Clive. I agree. It was the pink wasn't close to the red, so he had to hit it full on. It was a beautiful shot. He is one of the best at breaking the pack in the game, I always think.
Just a
bit awkward to get the rest down for this shot. He's trying to get it so that he doesn't foul that red, which he's managed to avoid. I just feel that if he's going to play any part in this match, he needs to score heavily
22.
Right now. Yeah, good time to start as soon as frame 3 has got underway. He was worried about snooking himself. That's why he hit it a bit more firmly, so that he could just nudge it out of the way, that red, which he's done. So it's a good shot.
Fit. 31.
Oh, there's a couple of reds that pop to the same pocket as the black that he's taking, so he should be screwing over to the left of the pack. That's it. Ding is the only player that just puts his chalk on the side of the table of all the top players. You see
39.
That in the snooker club, people doing that. It used to drive me mad. Just to throw it on the floor. Most players put it in their trouser pocket or whatever.
$46. $47.
I do remember Dennis Taylor relatively early in his career showing up in a beautiful new green velvet suit, and the only problem was as soon as he went to chalk his cue, he realised he hadn't got any pockets in it.
Came in handy later on at the bar, I suppose. Not carrying any money around either.
54.
And that could be the end of the break, unless he plays the double here. Depends how he's feeling about this. Doubles on.
Bingham week 54.
Useful but not conclusive.
Now this could be a double as well. Both players have missed them, and that was meant to be a shot to nothing, but he stuck the red. A little rueful smile from Stewart makes me think that he's left this on. You get very little emotion from Ding, but this is a good chance for 2-1. Match is going along pretty rapidly at the moment, isn't it? Which is no surprise. such a difficult player to work out now, Ding. I thought he was going to be, you know, the next really big thing, and of course he's won a number of big tournaments. He's twice a UK champion, so he's pretty much a long way there, but he's become quite inconsistent, I always think. Never really know how he's going to play. I know one thing, at his best, he can be quite brilliant.
I don't see why he should be inconsistent. He's got a technically very sound game. He's very happy and settled in his personal life with his girlfriend, Apple.
That is not a good shot. He still needs a red in the colour. 75 points available. He's 64 in front. The red down the cushion would be extremely difficult. I don't even think he can get to it. I think he's angled on it. Don't think he played the plant, but he knows that he's not quite done enough to win the frame yet.
Still needs a red and a colour, in fact.
Now Stuart won't mind getting this red into play, but could do with making this a good shot. Yeah, he plays a very open game, and he either pots them or his opponent does. He's one of those players. Don't get me wrong, there's more to him, but he does like to take his shots on. He's always played like that.
This is where Ding secures the frame. So that's one snooker needed. Needs to pop this to give himself extra insurance.
Eight. Nine.
The rest of this frame academic now.
16. 17. 24. 25.
May be able to cannon the red into a better position.
Yeah, not been playing quite 10 minutes in this frame, and well and truly Ding's.
32.
I suspect he'll be thinking very much about the next frame now. Not be too worried what he pots and what he doesn't from now on in.
$38.
The intricate positional shot fails.
Bingham wing. 38 in the frame.
But with breaks of 54 and 38, Bingham takes the third frame without Stuart Bingham scoring.
In frame 4. Stuart Bingham to break.
Yeah, Stuart would like to get to 3 frames, obviously, to just guarantee get something out of this match the way he started, like a train. But, would hope to get something from this match from here. Of course, he led 3-0, as we were saying earlier, in his first match. That was a way off, but rolling it like that is always a possibility. And the only red he probably felt he could leave was the one that he was playing. I don't think he's left anything else. Stuart could possibly go for this red and screw back, leaving the cue ball where it is now. And he'll leave nothing for Ding, and if the red goes in, he's on the black. That's what he tried.
Yeah, it's just enough room to get behind it and play the back heel, leaving the cue ball tight on the rail.
Yeah, not easy to get out of this. I mean, a bit of thinking time might be required here. He's deciding it's worth just playing the shot. The seconds are ticking down. It's always a worry, the double kiss on that shot. You never know, the red and the cue ball are going to come back next to each other.
He's happy enough with how it's turned out, though.
I was saying earlier on, I think that winning that tournament in Australia in 2011, his first ranking win, gave Stuart a lot of confidence, a lot of belief, and he's played pretty well since then. He just looks more dangerous now as a player, I think.
Yes, I was there. He was 3 down with 4 to play against Mark Williams, but came through to win.
One of them frames where we get the cue ball safe at this end of the table, the black end, but all the reds end up, just about all of them, at the other end of the table. Never quite know how these situations start, but no player can play a safety shot and leave the cue ball at the bulk end with all the reds down there, so it's screwing back to the black end. Happens every now and then, this sort of thing. It's always a worry when that red drifts down the table, but he's not left it on. A little bit lucky. Well, he's just going to be able to drop into these, I'd say. Of course, in the Sky Shootout, which is played in the end of January every year, you wouldn't be able to play that shot. No cushions have been struck, but those are not the rules in the Premier League.
Funny enough, they are the rules in the American version of the game, in the official rule book.
Yeah, I think players got very switched on to playing in the shootout over the last couple of years. Tremendous event. We all look forward to that. Playing and commentating on it. Tremendous. Great fun.
This safety duel is coming up to the 6-minute mark.
And the other thing that usually happens is when the reds go at the other end of the table, when the chance comes, it's usually a really good one. The player has so many reds to choose from.
There's no friendly cluster to roll into now.
Oh, interesting to see what he plays here. What's he done here? He's underhit it. That was a risk. I didn't see him walk down the other end of the table to have a look at that. He obviously tried to get to the cushion because the two reds are covered to the top right, but he's left a chance. Yeah, I don't think Ding had anything easy there, but that was a risky shot selection that he played. How about this for a chance to go 3-1 up? Couldn't put the balls any better.
8.
Only around the black end, but if he does lose position, have to go up to the bulk end. They're all
9.
lined up along there as well.
$16.
Ooh. Just
Bingham.
rolling
16.
it across the nap. He put the red onto the far jaw. I didn't expect him to miss that.
No, I think the point you made across the nap is very truthful. There's not a lot of nap on these, I admit, but he always, as a player, would slightly worry about hitting those slowly. And
1.
he should have made a lot more than that.
Could well be the pivotal point of this frame.
6.
A couple of minutes
7.
ago, there was a great chance for Bingham to go 3-1. Now, it's an equally good chance for Ding to go 2-all.
$12. 13.
Well, just a little flick of that red. Didn't want to push it near a cushion, so didn't use any pace on it.
90.
That's another good shot. It's pushing the red out of the way. Sees the shot very quickly. Both these two players are not really affected by 25 seconds per shot, only on the odd very difficult shot, but in general
26.
they're well inside that. They all have been quick players.
27.
Yes, the 25 seconds time limit is an issue usually when it's not obvious what the player should do. But players with this quality in break building situations know the patterns. I've played to them for years. So 25 seconds is absolutely fine.
Thanks. 33.
We'll be thinking about taking lower value colours, I think, with his reds from now on in, because getting from the black up to the reds will be more difficult. This is not a good shot. That's no good at all.
40.
Dicey cut to right corner.
Yeah, cue ball just drifting up the table. Could finish anywhere. The pot's all he can worry about here. Got it. That's not worked out too badly. I have no clue where the cue ball would finish. Looks Looks like the danger is over for the time being. He's back in.
46. 47.
Well, snooker does its intended red.
52.
I was going to say, once I hope this one goes, I think it must do. And actually a good red to get out of the way. Probably better than the one that he played on.
53.
Didn't mean to cannon the brown like that.
58.
Looks like the red in front of the yellow as it stands, just behind it there, into the right middle is the one he'll play. This is a difficult one to keep the break going. And it's very good.
59.
A much better shot than it first looked at. To play that difficult angle slowly made it look like it was easy. Wants one more red and the frame is his. Got a real game on our hands here. It's been good. Enjoyed this.
64. $65.
So Bingham didn't convert his frame-winning chance early in the frame.
67.
Ding, despite one or two difficulties, has done so.
68.
It's been a bit around the houses this break, hasn't it? He started off in good position, but he's gone out of it 2 or 3 times, but he's recovered. And as you say, Stuart will be thinking about that chance he missed. A lot of sitting down time for him
70.
this time around. It was all Ding earlier on, sitting down listening and thinking about what had gone wrong.
Well, Ding almost kept alive his chances of a century and a £1,000 bonus, but he's happy enough with 73. It brings him level at 2-all. And John Higgins as well. Trump and Higgins with a match in hand.
Thank you. Frame 5. Bingham we to break.
Yeah, looking at that, it's very difficult at this point to say who's going to do what. You wouldn't think that Sean Murphy would have a great chance, and in the other group, Stephen Lee's lost both his matches. He's got, I suppose, a chance to win them both. But it's everything to play for. That's another similar shot to the one before. I tell you, he is struggling with his safety shots. That's 3 or 4 on that side of the table. Thin cuts he's got all wrong. And he's presented a marvellous opening chance again for Ding. Can't fault his putting and scoring, but his safety's not been up to much at all. I mean, it probably doesn't play as big a part in the game as it used to, but you know, the game has never changed. You have to have a safety game. Stuart's got one, but tonight is not there at all.
Well, 74% of Bingham's safeties have prevented Ding from potting a ball. Exactly the same percentage as Ding.
Yeah, but
8.
I would also add to that that Ding hasn't really ever got him in a load of trouble, but somehow Ding has got in like he did this frame. He wasn't really in a lot of trouble with Stuart, but The safety shot went wrong. Oh dear, hit across that one horribly.
Danger
It's
and
the
win.
worst shot he's hit
8.
for a long time.
Well, it's almost worth a note in the diary. October the 4th. Ding missed a straightforward black from its spot with his hand on the table.
No, that's not his game. Tell you what, Stuart was out of his chair quickly. Never saw that he'd be back to the table so soon.
Cross double combined with the safety.
The option to roll behind Bot colour, but I don't think he'll take it. It's a good shot. It was a very thin cross double. Saw the shot if he'd have missed it, he left it. I think that's where the game has changed. That shot he's just potted there. Didn't have his hand on the table, it was on the cushion rail.
4.
I'm sure that years ago more players than now would have rolled in behind that.
Yeah, we sometimes talk about playing the percentages, but the percentages have actually changed because everybody pots so well these days.
Oh, absolutely. You can only take on what you think you're going to get, but as you rightly say, players now pop more balls. They're looking to be more attacking. Look at that, 97% for Ding. That's a very, very high pot success, despite just missing a black off the spot a few moments ago. And tells you that he didn't do a lot wrong in losing the first 2 frames either. Well, this is tight. You might have to just use a touch of right hand side on this to straighten the angle. Make sure that you can see enough of the red.
Danger and win. 12.
Couldn't straighten it quite enough.
Let's give it a chance back. Now this is the key shot, I would say. There's a red at the bottom of the pack which pots to the left corner. The red below the black is also potable. Anywhere below the pink on the right of the table, it should be absolutely fine. That's all right.
5. 6.
Slightly nearer the side cushion than he intended.
Queuing down on this difficult shot. Played well enough. The overhead of this shot. I wonder if he can get to the red at the bottom of the pack. I think he might just be able to. It's a bit like the shot that Ding had. He might have to straighten the angle up on this. He had a quick look at the clock. He knows that the seconds are ticking down. Might be a shot to take more time on. Got an extension if he wants it. Well done.
14.
Despite the beeps starting on his final backswing.
$90.
I can't believe that went in. Didn't look anywhere near. Look at this. Oh, you're kidding. How'd that drop? Well, that does surprise me that went in.
No spot for the pink, so it's going at the bottom of the bunch in a direct line between its spot
Thanks.
and
26.
the black spot.
$27.
Crucial shot once again. Doesn't want to go into the pink full on. That would not necessarily leave him on a red. Not bad, but still not an easy next red that he's got.
34.
Well, this is a difficult little shot. Cut back red to the left corner.
35.
Looks good for Bingham now, though, because that tricky red has also opened that cluster. Nicely judged cannon.
42. 43.
Golden chance to go 3-2 up and thus assure himself of at least a point
49.
with one frame to play.
50.
Yeah, red and the black will be enough. That'll be 44 the difference, 43 on.
57. 64.
One snooker needed already. This red would give Bingham all the extra insurance he would need.
65.
And now the century is a possibility.
It's £1,000 a frame and £1,000 per century.
69. 70.
It would be Bingham's 174th century in professional competition, but I think the way the tournaments have proliferated in the last couple of seasons, the total of career centuries is becoming
75.
more and more irrelevant, because there are so many tournaments that all previous records for career centuries are being obliterated. But anyway, no century there. 75 did the job. Stuart Bingham goes 3-2 up. Peter Ebdon in the following match.
Final frame. Stuart Bingham to break.
Well, that's one of his better safety shots tonight. Cut off the right-hand side of the table. The pink's covering the reds that he could play thin from that side. put Ding in some trouble. It's much wanted. Saying, can he just get to something on that side of the table? Must be just a coat of paint sticking out. Oh, he's got there. Didn't have any control over it though. Difficult shot to miss the blue on that one that Ding played. It's one of those shots you know it's on. It's almost unavoidable. Get away from the blue ball. That angle he comes across the table at. Well, he played the little cannon, I think, on the red. Would have taken him right behind the black. Pink to the middle would have a lot of risk attached because I don't see how he could finish on a red. Low percentage, so I think the right shot here to keep the pressure on. Cue ball again over on the left of the table he wants here.
Stuart Bingham 1.
Even more troublesome than the previous one, I think. Stuart knows the importance of this frame, especially after throwing away a 3-0 lead the first week that he played and getting a point instead of 2. No idea what he played.
Stuart Bingham 4.
What could he have played? Must have played dead weight, thin, off that red up the table. It's a very odd shot that he's trying here. Got to be very trusting in any table in the world to play this shot. He's playing a chip this red, thin, dead weight. That's what he tried the first time. He's trying something else. I think that's wise.
If Bingham could win this frame, he would have 3 points from 2 matches. It would leave Ding on 2 points from 2 matches. Bingham thought he could attempt that plant without much risk.
Yeah, it looked on, didn't it, looking at that? I think, well, I know, looking at that, he's definitely left a red on. To the middle. He's left one in the same pocket. So, as it turned out, Bingham's shot was with risk attached.
Eight. Nine. $15. $60.
Yeah, just a little bit straight on this. Mm, 250 points
23.
each. And a chance the match could finish 3 apiece as well, with this chance he's got.
24.
2 reds above the black are just in his way a little bit. He'd like to somehow get those out of harm's way, and it would mean that things would be easy at the moment. You just feel there's a little bit of a complicated break he's trying to make here. Screwing onto that red. Straight on it, then he doesn't really have an angle to get out onto the black
31.
without having to play from the cushion rail. And it is fairly straight. You see it, he just cannot get the cue ball away out to the right for his next shot.
Time extension.
Extra time, isn't it? The extension added to the 5 seconds or so he had left. 25 seconds are the extension times. 2 a frame you're allowed. I think it was a good time to take one.
32.
Intended to stop the cue ball short of the baulk line, but he was just a little bit uncertain about the pot, and in making sure of it, he allowed the cue ball to run on further than he would have liked. Still, it's worked out okay.
34.
Well, that wasn't one of his best. He nearly missed the yellow. Because he never got it into the middle of the pocket, the cue ball didn't finish where he meant.
37.
The long look at a red to see if it passes another one. I think it does. Looking at that, he'd like to be right behind it. Now what's he looking at? I think he's going to have to play the one that he first looked at. It will go past the other red. There's always a chance he'll clatter into it on the way through, though, I suppose.
Like that.
Bingham win. 37.
Worse still, Ding has left a red on for Bingham, who comes to the table 32 behind.
Yeah, Ding didn't look very comfortable on that last shot.
1.
It's not finished any good for a colour.
Brown. Stuart Bingham 1.
That was very well played. It would have been easy to get right up behind the brown from directly behind it, but at an angle it required a much more difficult shot.
Foul and a miss. Stuart Bingham 4.
Well, he's got an awkward shot here.
Okay.
I think he's just trying to hit the left of that red as we look. That's the problem. If he hits it any other part of it, he might leave it on. This is not a nice shot to be having to play. Don't know if he can go 2 cushions around. Maybe that's what he's tried, but it's very difficult.
Stuart Bingham 4.
Well, it could be that he's playing it around 2 cushions, but it looks extremely tight if he is. Maybe that's what he tried, but as you can see, he comes close to the pink and the red that way. I don't see how this shot's on that he's playing. He could be all day, all evening trying to do this. Playing it 1 cushion is not a natural. 2 cushions is, but I think the red and the pink are in the way. No progress there.
Foul and a miss. Stuart Bingham 4.
So that's 16 away.
Yeah, it wasn't a replay we were showing you. It was exactly the same shot. Points are mounting up. I know why he's playing on that red. The first thing you look at when you're in a snooker is the one red near a cushion is the one you want to try and lay on. But it's not a natural. In the end, he just might launch the cue ball at all of the reds and hope for the best. That's what you call plan B. Hope the referee can't replace them if you hit the colour first. Oh. It's not on, you know, that the two cushion shot. It's just not on.
Miss. Stuart Bingham 4.
I think it's time for the charge of the Light Brigade. Just whack it. Getting hope.
As a cricket fan, Neil, I thought you might say time for the long handle.
I think so. Anything but what he's doing, which is not doing any favours at all. He's not getting very close to the red. If he does hit the red on the wrong side, he'll just leave it over the pocket. Play this a bit differently. 4 away again.
Foul and a miss.
Now this time, I
Stuart
wonder
Bingham
if Stuart might not have it put back. There's a red to the middle. This is a golden chance if it goes in. Well, he certainly did the right thing there by not having it back. I didn't like that shot thing, did he? It was horrible, the situation he was in. I'm not really criticising him, but the way he went, it just seemed that it was going to happen exactly how it did, time and time again.
9.
So the snooker that Bingham laid behind the brown not only
16.
gained him 20 penalty points, but what may well prove to be the match-winning
17.
opening.
It may do. The 2 reds below the pink, the left-hand red is the one he would like to play on. Would open the other one up to the opposite corner pocket.
Time extension.
He's using his time extension. I think that's very wise. And that's the red in the middle of the table there. That's the one he would love to play on. Good effort. Well, as it happens, he's got on the one in the middle. That's his
21.
saving grace. It might mean that he can play on that red the next time. That's not bad. I don't rate that shot. It's wasn't meant to be with the rest, this shot on the yellow. It's an excellent recovery.
24.
By potting this red, he would make the one next to it available.
Yeah, he'll still want the red that's on the left cushion though.
25.
But it could be, yeah, won't need a colour after it, so he'll be able to roll it in. This is going to be a good shot though, round 2 cushions. Got to get the pace right. That is, what was it, not an easy shot, made to look very simple.
32.
And to get the necessary angle, he deliberately played the black in off the far jaw.
33.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Now he'll be on the red, but he won't need a colour, so he can just drop the red down the cushion if he was able to. Playing to the scoreboard. Getting 2 points out of this match. I don't see him forcing this in and playing out into the wide open spaces. He knows the score. He's had a quick glance up. Got to make sure of this. No heroics there.
That black dropping removes all vestige of doubt about the outcome.
48. 50. Stuart Bingham, 50. very much.
From 2-all, Stuart Bingham took the match 4-2 with decisive breaks of 75 and 50. After 2 matches, he has 3 points. Jing Junhui has 2.